Be careful because the artist you're buying from might not actually be an artist at all. This is an older post posted March 16th, but I think it's good information, so I still want to cover it. It's posted by Randy Turin on Twitter, who also has Randy Turin as their Blue Sky handle. They write, "Hey, just want to remind everyone commissioning on VGen to look thoroughly at the artist's background before sending commission requests. I was shocked when I saw there were more than a dozen artists that act like they're individuals when in fact they're a sweatshop illustration studio. You see, as a third world country where the government is corrupt and almost no legal protection for creative workers, these sweatshop illustration studios are targeting clients based in first world countries with super cheap commissions. There's nothing illegal about selling super cheap commissions, more like ethic issues. But what makes them highly illegal is they hired several workers, pay workers under minimum wage with no health insurance, and the higher ups ask for a percentage every time you get paid from clients, like an MLM. Fortunately, this issue is actively sorted out with some Indonesian artists and moderators on VGen, so let's keep making noise and hope for the best." So they drop a folder with a beware of a whole bunch of different accounts that you should be aware of because these are all allegedly studios instead of individuals. Again, just please double check. There could always be mix-ups, etc., but this will be linked down below in the comment section. This whole thread will be linked down below in the comment section for you to check it out. But how can you figure out whether it's a human or it's sweatshop? Randy Turin adds some extra info, writing, "So basically, you can suspect a Fiverr or VGen account is a sweatshop illustration studio if 1. Their styles are too varied. 2. If you run the sample images on Google search, they don't belong to them. The case is usually this studio is reselling the image they commissioned from another artist in IDR with a higher price in USD. They charge too low for international market standards. 4. Inhuman speed on finishing the order, or a super fast turnaround. For example, they will finish a full render piece with complex characters in a couple of days, if not weeks. The case for point 4, from what I gathered, is those studios pressure the artist to do unpaid overwork outside office hours with unlimited revision slots, so it looks like they work above and beyond in a short time frame. This is the sweatshop illustration studio I'm talking about. They apparently don't understand the roots of the problem, and instead, they're offering a free class for opening businesses on VGen. Like, what the F? So I cannot read Indonesian, but this account is JRU Hub, with kind of a post that looks to be advertising the service. Same predatory issue, but different location. And this is the post they made, screenshotting one of my videos. Oh god, this video is so sad. So I posted about this situation. I'll give a TLDR, but this will be linked down below in the comment section as well. This is about a studio by the name of Rate Visual, who on VGen had an account that looked like one individual, but they were actually a studio, and there was an artist that worked for them that they mistreated, making them work really long hours, pressuring them, asking for unlimited revisions, paying below the minimum wage for Indonesian standards, and the artist ended up with carpal tunnel because of being overworked due to the studio. But Rana Turin writes, "Do not commission from this studio. Some of the ex-workers who DM me admit they got typhoid while joining the studio. I always felt something fishy when they consistently search for artists for the past 5 years on Facebook. Their management and worker contract is hell." Randy links my video and they write, "Read really carefully the contract before joining any illustration studios. If they fine you money to resign, don't think twice, run." And on that final point, I just want to hammer home, guys. You should not, as the employee, be charged money to leave. That's not right, not normal. If that is in your contract, it is sus. That's like jail. At least from my knowledge in America anyways. And Ditzy adds, "Yeah, apparently people were doing giveaways or selling the artist sign-up codes or whatever, and now the place is flooded with artists and artists in quotes." By the way, if you guys don't know VGen or how it works, VGen is another platform like Fiverr where artists can go and sell their artwork. The difference with VGen, though, that VGen was advertising themselves as being better, right, is that they have artist codes. Any random Joe Schmo can't go on VGen and make an account and sell stuff. You need to get a code in order to get on this site. And verified artists on the site are given codes to give out. And the whole point is you are supposed to give the codes to people that you know and trust to be legitimate artists. But a bunch of people, to get Twitter clout and stuff, were raffling codes away, for fun, being like, "Follow me, I'll give you a code, da da da." And that's how you end up with a bunch of people with codes that shouldn't have codes. Now, of course, there's legitimate raffles. There's many people who, like, they don't know very many artists. They had 5 codes and they only knew like 2 people. So they had 3 extra codes. So they hosted legitimate giveaways where they double checked to make sure the artist was legitimate. They were like, "Send me previous works, examples of commissions you've done, whatever, so I can verify you're a legit artist to give you the code." But not everybody did the due diligence, which is how you ended up with a bunch of studios now flooding VGen. And Randy adds, "Yeah, I had a problem too with artists recklessly making VGen code giveaways. I held it once after some time of thoroughly researching their backgrounds, and I was only able to give 1 code." And Xiao Adi adds, I think I know some of those names. I got informed of them a long time ago. I guess the same people. I remember they had similar names in the samples, like Akino 2 something, and other random like generated weeb names. And they quote retweeted a list they have of some Fiverr accounts writing, those people mix AI art into their samples. Duh. Don't commission those because you'll get results that are completely worse than their samples in the end. One client brought me their model art and it was far too different. And again, just to give you a full example on how you can spot these studios, this is Rate Visual Works, a studio. So they are actually like transparent of being a studio on this page. Just look at the different styles they offer. Offer manga style dark horror illustrations, really colorful, bright, saturated anime style illustrations, memes, character ref sheets. But again, look at the styles of the character ref sheets. Even like ref sheet to ref sheet, the styles are very different. They have your character here's, which again, with a very, very different style. Another your character here, different style. So you kind of see what I mean? Like the big variety of styles that they offer is an indication that this is likely a studio. Again, there's always the other hand that it's somebody experimenting with art styles, but it's everything coupled together. So that big of a style when the prices are really cheap, like full fantasy illustration from $75, right? And they have fast turnover. It's always a bit sus. I just wanted to share that with you guys in case you're commissioning artists. Just be aware. I want you guys to stay safe, stay protected. And if these studios are opening services trying to hire artists, please be really wary. I wouldn't really recommend taking it. Obviously, there are very legitimate ones, but I've heard so many horror stories. But to add a little second story, I found this post on Twitter and I just thought it was interesting. I'm not going to read their handle, but their other handle is Nyanis. The reality is, most female streamers are dating or married. If you're donating to them because you think you have a chance, don't. And this is a post on Reddit titled Girl Streamers Hiding Their Boyfriends. It reads, "Hello. I'm writing this anonymously to shine light on a funny, horrible, sad issue that exists on Twitch. I am the boyfriend of a streamer. I am not allowed to show myself on her stream or make any noise when she streams, because then she thinks her viewers would realize she has a boyfriend and leave the stream. Her subscribers would unsubscribe and people would stop donating. We even put up 2 huge mattresses to try and prevent any noise from penetrating the walls when I play video games in the room nearby. She doesn't mention me at parties because she thinks that guys won't talk to her if they know she has a boyfriend. We split up at parties and go by ourselves because of this reason. I'm pretty sure a lot of streamers do the same, only that we don't know about this because we're not supposed to know about it. It's kind of horrible when you think about it that you have to hide your boyfriend in order to maintain the income from your stream. If anyone has any stories to share, please feel free. Please do not point fingers though. Keep it anonymous. I want to hear your opinions." Oh my god, I didn't expect this to blow up. Thank you everybody for the replies. For people saying this is fake, I don't really care if you believe this or not. I'm not going to provide evidence that could start a witch hunt. I appreciate all your answers. We had a serious talk where we kind of broke up, but then she realized that what she was doing wasn't really okay. So she said sorry 100 times and said I can be on her stream, and she mentions me sometimes when people talk about me. People know I live with her and they seem to like me actually. I think this will turn out for the better. Thank you all for the answers. It was great sparking discussion like this. 353 comments and 16,000 views on this thread is insane. I was expecting maybe 10 comments max. It's great we can talk about these issues without generalizing girl streamers or whatever on Twitch. That was really not my intention with what I wrote. As somebody who is a streamer and has been streaming for over 6 years and is a full-time content creator, I have a couple things to say. One, as streamers and creators are entitled to reveal as much or as little information about them as possible, including personal relationships. And many streamers will not reveal relationships for safety reasons, as in they are afraid of their partner receiving hate or backlash due to things that are happening with them, etc. I totally get it as a streamer. There are also really weird parasocial things where people will demand information about their favorite streamers, and that's just fucking weird. The streamer can reveal whatever they want. If they don't want to reveal their relationship status, that's not on you to go demand it. Two, though, this is a sad and real thing on Twitch. I used to do that. My partner told me to do it. He was a streamer. I didn't stream at the time. And this was my ex. He was like, "You should stream on Twitch because you look like an ABG." I was like, "Cool, whatever. I don't know. Sounds fun." And he was like, "Don't tell people you have a boyfriend because you won't get viewers." And me, stupidly at 18, I was like, "Okay, you know the way. You've been streaming for much longer, right?" Because I hadn't even streamed yet. I'll listen to you. So that's that. It is a real thing. Is it true that if people think you're single, you might get more viewers? Yeah. Do I think those are the viewers you want to get? No. Right? It all depends on your audience, I guess, right? But there is a notion on the internet that if you are a streamer, especially female femme streamer, that you should appear single because you can get a bigger audience. You might get more people, but they're all watching you with the hopes of dating you. If you're okay with an audience like that, then chill. good for you. If you're not okay with an audience like that, then I would highly advise you to actually not do that because it's a bit uncomfortable, you know? You're gonna end up with an audience of people that are like preying on the moment they could date you and they're gonna act some type of way and it's weird and I don't like it. If you like it though, that's your prerogative. It's your stream, your life. You can do whatever you want. Personally, from my experience and the experience of people that I know, when you tell people you have a partner, if you want to share this information, again, it's different if you don't want to share information for safety reasons, but if you just share that you have a partner, whatever, a lot of times you'll find you will lose people. But I think, in my opinion, those are worthwhile people to lose because for me, I didn't want them in my audience anyways. I don't want you to watch me if you think you're going to date me. You're not. I'm in a very happy long term relationship. About the other thing, you will find that you'll end up with an audience of people that there might be the odd one that still is there to try to like pray they could date you, whatever. But you will really find that you'll find an audience of people that will be a lot more supportive of you and your partner. There's people that come into my stream just wanting to talk to my partner. I don't live with him, but they're like, "Oh, next time your boyfriend, can you ask him about this?" Like he's a pro league player, so they're like, "Can you ask him about this or can you play this?" Da, 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 da," right? It's really wholesome, and I'm just saying, if you're ever in a position where you're torn as to whether you should reveal the info or not, right? I would say I found it really rewarding to do so, and it's a lot better for your relationship too, because overall in your relationship, you'll find for the most part really straining to try to hide your partner. It will just put a unnecessary stressor on the relationship that might end up breaking it. So I personally think it's better overall, but I can also completely understand, like for VTubers and stuff, if you do want to remain very anonymous, to make people know who your partner is can be a little bit scary because maybe your partner doesn't have very good internet safety. They're not a streamer, maybe, so they don't know the proper safety things. You want to make sure you can stay as safe as possible. I totally get that too. So yeah, I just wanted to share this little story with y'all. Would love to hear your thoughts about both situations, the studio and the whole revealing your partner thing. Would love to hear your thoughts. I always love hearing it. But anyways, I hope you guys like the purple hair. And if you like the video, I appreciate if you like and subscribe. And I also have a VGen. I swear I am just me and I'm not a studio where I sell art. And I also have a coffee with free resources for streamers and creators. And I also stream on Twitch 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, Saturdays at 6 p.m. PST. So I hope to catch you guys there or in another one of my videos.